Hey Britt, how are you? All right, so I'm sure it's going to take a little bit of time for some people to get here. I did not post about this live. I am not trying to draw any further attention to myself or the situation, but I'm going to maintain my word and I'm going to give the opportunity for anybody who has questions or wants clarification on anything I maybe had missed to do that for you guys. I am going to go ahead and say now this is the last time I'm going to be talking about the situation and BX Beast Boy in general. Hey guys, how are you? I'm glad everybody's coming in. I was just stating this is not scheduled because I'm trying to not bring attention. I don't want this live to go like the last one. I'm in a different mind space, so I'm going to tell you guys now. If this goes south for any reason, I am not going to end up getting upset. I'm sorry for whatever I might say or how I might behave because I'm super agitated. And I know a lot of you guys are as well, just from what you guys have seen, and that's fine. This is just solely to answer any questions so everybody can know what's going on and to move on. If it gets crazy in the chat at any point during this live, I may moderate some of you guys if you're willing. So if you've been here for a while, if this chat does go south, I may ask if you want me to mod you so I can have more moderators during this time. Britt has offered to mod for this live just in preparation if something south happens. I'm not stating it's going to, however, I don't want history to repeat itself. So I'm just trying to make sure that we're putting things in place to prevent that from occurring again. So with all of that being said, I'm going to try my best to keep up with the chat. Again, if I miss anything, I'm sorry. You guys all know my DMs are open. If I miss something and you think it's important, please just shoot me a message. It is my intention to try and get through to everybody who has any legitimate questions or needs any clarification. Just so it's clear, this is my last time addressing this, period. So I don't want people to expect me to continue to make these videos like I have on Katie Joy and others have. That's not my intention with this live at all. I'm mainly only doing this because I told you guys in that video I would. That is the only reason I am even here trying to uphold my word, because I don't want to lie to you guys. I would much, if I'm being honest, I would much rather prefer right now to not even address this stuff because of what has continued to happen. So I hope you guys are able to see that. I'm really not trying to further instigate anything, but I'm to my breaking point and just want everybody to have the ability to ask any clarifying questions, to ask any questions at all. I'm not saying if you're a supporter of his, you can't be here and can't ask questions. Maybe that's how you may understand where I'm coming from. But to be clear, if anybody starts anything or it appears they are starting stuff, I am telling Britt now to just block them and delete them. If you think it's done and it wasn't warranted, you can send me a DM on Twitter or Instagram. I do not want this to go down like it did the last one. Point blank, period. Hey, Dottie. Hey, everybody who's come in. My voice is a little shaky because I just don't know what to anticipate from this. But you guys can just start shooting me any questions that you have. Anything that I can do that you guys maybe have some lack of information where maybe I forgot or if I didn't clarify something and you want clarification on it, now's your time to ask those from me, because I am not going to continue to talk about this. I'm not going to continue to fuel him in the ability of twisting absolutely everything I say into his agenda. I'm not going to keep doing it. I'm only doing this for you guys. Hey, everybody. I'm nervous about this because the last time I tried to get on and address anything that didn't even have anything to do with this, it ended up becoming this big issue when it shouldn't have been. I appreciate you guys telling me I don't need to be nervous. Unless you're ever in my position, there's no way to not be nervous. I was nervous even posting the collab video. I told Britt maybe we should back out because I didn't know. But then when I started to step back and talk with her about the big picture, I was like, no, you're right. Like, I need to say this from my point of view so everybody can be able to make up their decision. Because without having my input from how it affected me and what I went through, you guys are only seeing part of it. And that was the only intention in me making that video. And as I stated in that video, and I will reiterate now, I am not trying to make anybody unsubscribe from BX. I'm typically just saying what happened from my perspective. If somebody wants to take that as me bullying him, I would like you to explain to me how I bullied him. Please educate me in that, because I do not understand where some of the comments I received was that I was bullying him. I just want clarification. And that's fine. If nobody has any questions, I'm not expecting, everything to go crazy. But if you have any, I want you to feel comfortable in asking those, because that's what this is for. And I'm not going to allow this to be a super long live stream like I typically do. I'm going to cap it at either an hour or an hour and a half max. Exactly. I just wanted people to be able to form their own opinions. I didn't want people to feel like I was trying to claim I was being bullied and being silent. Most of my subscribers know what I was going through on a personal level that week and the following week, which is what postponed the video, because I needed to make sure I could mentally handle any kind of harsh criticism or any kind of retaliation. I needed to be in a good place to be able to handle that. And that's what took me some time to upload that. Now, if somebody wants to twist that and make it whatever they are, that it was some big scheme, that's their prerogative. If people want to believe that that's what happened, I'm not here to convince you of anything else. I'm just here to let you know my story, answer the questions from my perspective, and move on. Yeah, Vicky, I've had people tell me that the Sloan video got deleted. If people want to take a step back and really look at the big picture, despite my video, despite anybody else's video, you can just watch his behaviors unbiasedly and see that there is some questionable things happening with the constant deleting of things and cleaning of things. You don't do that unless you have behavior that you're trying to hide or that you're trying to push a narrative. Why else delete those? I'm not saying he is like Katie, but he is very quickly getting some of her traits by doing stuff, getting hate, and then deleting it. Thank you so much, Dottie. You are so sweet. I always appreciate you whenever I'm in any kind of video format. I'm trying to be careful because I do not want anybody else to get targeted in this. If I have to take all of the heat, Britt and I had this conversation. If we were going to be the ones to take all the heat for the other creators by being the ones to step up and say something, I was okay with that. And that's why I'm following through and making this live. If I have targeted myself, fine. Sloan didn't target me. Britt didn't target me. I targeted myself, and I will continue to do so to prevent other creators from getting wrapped into this insane drama. Yeah, he did cherry pick a comment. I didn't watch his live from today. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say I watched it. I've had several people DM me about it and tell me the census of what was said and what was brought up as far as receipts go. Here's the thing. Receipts are receipts. If that's where you want to fault me and say that my experience can't be credible because I didn't provide receipts, you can feel that way. Unsubscribe and subscribe to him then. I'm not going to provide any receipts. Half of them I don't have because I didn't realize I needed to cover my ass on YouTube and record every video of somebody, every live of somebody saying something, because I didn't think they were cowards enough to delete it right after. At least I stand behind what I did and what I've said. I always have. I've never deleted anything. Until that happened, I never once deleted a comment. And even to now, I really haven't deleted anything. I have hid people so that they're not encouraging nasty arguments. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that's just my opinion. So I don't understand how this whole receipts thing has ended up being an issue. Hey, Little Red, how are you? He did say something about Sloan, who's not a woman. I'm missing something. I'm trying to look for any questions. Yeah, Torin, I see. Tor, I see that now. I think the issue was some of the things he brought out into that video initially is probably why it didn't get good reception, to be honest. He did twist everything. I mean, and the proof is in the videos without any lives or like without anybody even watching this video or the most recent collab I did with Britt. You can watch for yourself what happened. He has since like tried to show screenshots of our DMs, which I actively showed all of the DMs on that live. In those 2 lives he did after mine, of course, a lot of people were there and did see those, but there's a lot of people who didn't, and that's fine. But in those, he was nitpicking and he was being very careful about not saying my name at that point in time. So people would not, so he could continue, in my opinion, so he could continue to twist this narrative he wanted to twist. And then now that he has people behind him and believing his narrative, he's fine with just saying that I'm a liar. And that's fine. If he wants to continue to say how he feels, as I said in the video I just did, his feelings are valid. My feelings are also valid. My experiences are also valid. I'm not going to allow anyone to invalidate me. Amber's question, this is the, is the first question that I am seeing. Oh, I see one right above. So Amber asked, do you think his mod started it all? Initially, I did think that maybe his mod started it. However, I have been shown proof that this was planned in his Discord. So no, he was in on it. They planned to come into my live and oversaturate me and my viewers. I'm not trying to say that this is I'm a smaller channel and he's a bigger channel and that's why, but he had plenty more people to overpower me and my supporters. It's clearly seen in that live. Do I think he's doing this for views and dramas? I mean, I don't want to necessarily say he's doing it for views and drama. What I will say is all of his content is either going after KJ, going after Adam McIntyre, now myself and Sloan and Britt. So I haven't seen much content since I've been watching him where he's not, although he is providing commentary and that's his channel, he is also being rather rude in his commentary. If you listen to it, he's always low punching, and some people find that humorous, and that's fine. I did as well when I was a part of his fan base, but taking a step back and seeing how they have treated me since, I kind of think it's just a tactic. I think he isn't as nice as he portrays. Della said that Beast Boy said that Sloan persuaded me and other creators to attack him. No one, he said this, so if only those 2 lives were there, because it would go to show he's contradicting himself. In the very first 2 lives he did, after the live where I got bombarded, he says that he thinks Britt and I were conspiring with his stalker and with this hate group who's been after him. which was not true. But now it's Sloan has pushed us into doing this against him. Sloan had no idea this was going on. So that's just asinine. Della, thank you so much. I'm sorry. I forgot to thank you. He's kind of getting the point where he can't maintain what he's saying when. Apparently there's some people who are not being very nice. I don't know what Drama said. I guess I could view it if I wanted to. He responded to 3 videos I made on him. You obviously didn't watch my last video because that's not true. I had done a live stream, which in the last like 10 to 15 minutes, I mentioned I was going to do a video. Okay, that's not a whole, that was like a 2-hour live stream. If you got the last 10 minutes as me doing a video on him, okay, then fine. And that wasn't in the 24-hour period he had stated. I had filmed that video, or that live stream was over the weekend. I didn't film that video until several days later. Did it happen to upload within the 24 hours within I scheduled that video to post? It did. And the live that happened after, whether he wants to say it was intended for him or not, it wasn't. And he made it of himself by coming in. So if that is his only argument or what he has an issue with, I don't care. He can keep running that narrative if he wants. Yes, the live is up on my channel. I have not deleted anything for people to be able to have the ability to go and view it as they want in real time. Obviously not real time of it happening, but be able to go back and watch it and see it unfold for themselves. That is why I left that up. I had multiple people, including other creators, commenting on the video and saying that they thought it was best if I took it down. I did not. I held my guns, even though I thought about it. I held to myself and said no, because if something happens, I want people to be able to make their own minds up. And I don't want it to seem like a weird thing that I deleted it and put it back up. And I've never deleted any other content I've made. So I just left it up and dealt with the hate. And I don't even necessarily want to call it hate because it wasn't hate, but dealt with the criticism of other creators as well as viewers thinking I was doing something wrong. A lot of you guys are saying that he seems paranoid and that he is showing who he really is. Hey, Zales, how are you? People are saying he's turning into the male version of Katie. Yeah. Someone said there's no that he turned into. He was always like this. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other videos, if you look hard enough, that you can find where I'm not the first person. Me, Britt, Sloan, although we're the people who are currently being targeted, we're not the first ones. I promise you we're not going to be the last. Is he going to ride this out? I'm sure he is. I'm sure there's going to be another video, another live, him pulling bits and pieces of what I say from this live and putting it in his video and twisting to continue the narrative that we're attacking him. He can do that. It's his channel. He can do that. Little Red, I am going to temp mod you too, because you know how this stuff gets when you're in your lives. I mean, I'm not trying to cause problems, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of done, and I'm trying to maintain my composure as much as I can. But this is all super frustrating. Like, you can agree with him, you can be a supporter of his. I want out of this live is people who have legitimate questions if they feel I didn't fill in a gap. Amber said, so what if you did 3 videos or 30? You have the right to defend yourself. And any creator who would say that you don't is problematic, in my opinion. What he is doing isn't okay. And there's people who agree with you, and there's people who aren't going to agree with you. And that's fine. The people who don't understand or can't see where we're coming from, I'm not trying to invalidate their opinions. And I think that's kind of what BX is pushing. And that's what some of the commenters in my video are pushing. I'm giving you guys the opportunity to either A, educate me on how I bullied him, what did I do that was wrong, and ask the questions for me to answer them, to maybe allow you to see my perspective. Zales, the only reason I call him BX is because Beast Boy is a Disney character, and I don't want to refer him to that. And I feel like that could maybe be twisted into something it's not. BX is just easier since we don't know his name. Mike says he's gone after us innocent viewers. I have had a couple of comments allude to that even some of his supporters, he has banned or twisted what they were saying against them. That's kind of concerning. I just don't understand. Yeah, Sue, I just found out about that later. I'm right before this live, and I'm sorry that that's happened. And that just goes to prove Sue has kind of gotten some flack on a different platform because they have supported me and defended me on a platform, which is extremely gracious. I never anticipate anybody to try and go to bat for me, but she has, and it is evident that anytime somebody is defending me, they are in turn getting hate. If he wants to say he's getting hate, please show me where you're actually getting hate, because I have not sent any hate your way. And I don't think any of my subscribers or viewers have sent hate your way. Are people maybe calling you out for your poor behavior? That is different from hate. That is totally different. And again, that is just manipulating what is actually going on to play the victim. Okay, so I will definitely keep you in mind if it gets any worse. I think we're okay right now with 2, but I'm also very behind in the chat. I'm trying to catch up. Yeah. And for my regulars, I don't want you to feel like I'm not saying your names because I'm not acknowledging you. I'm reading all of your comments, but I don't want anyone else to potentially get targeted. So I'm being very careful on not reading actual names because I don't want any more friendly fire. I don't. Even though that's not what's being twisted, I just want this over with. I just wanted to say my opinion, but I knew that this was going to happen because this is what he's done with everybody else. Yeah, I've heard about your dramas as well. A lot of people have come to me since everything that happened with me and pointed out other creators and other scenarios that have been going on. Since I came out with my collab video with Britt, I have had even more people reach out to me and provide me some of it's in my comment section, which is public. Some has been in DMs, which I am never going to release that without anyone's consent. It's sad. And it's not my place to tell other people's story, and I'm not providing receipts. So if you don't want to believe me, then don't believe me. But there's a lot of scary things that he has actually done, which definitely shows him to be a bully. and I have not really called him a bully. But at this point, after everything I've seen, if you don't want to believe me because I'm not going to vet somebody else's shit on the internet, that's fine. He's done some nasty things. I did have his back, and I don't know how initially this all got twisted and mixed up anyways, but at this point, I'm happy it has. Otherwise, I would still blindly be supporting this man. And there are still people who are going to support him, and that's fine. But I am not okay with supporting somebody who says one thing and does the total opposite. He is very good at manipulation. I will give him that. Oh, it's a DC, not Disney. My bad. Goes to show how good I know my cartoons. I'm sorry that you got, see, you get blocked for just asking a simple question. Okay, so I have one person saying he's twisted even just comments that they've made in a live, which in turn made them suspicious of him, which it should. And there's several people agreeing that that's happened to them as well. Oops, I lost my spot. Shit. Sorry if I skipped any questions. You'll have to repost them. I got lost and missed my spot. Yeah, it is constant drama lately. I don't know why. I don't know why some creators like just can't live without drama. It's like without the drama happening, they have no content. And I don't just mean BX Beast Boy. I mean, there's a lot of creators who are like that. What in the world is he getting after going like Sloan like this? I don't know. I don't know what. That's a hard topic to talk about. I don't want to talk on Sloan's behalf. It's not my place to. I can talk about it from a viewer's perspective. I understand BX Beast Boy has stated he has mental health and has tried to advocate from what he says on his channel about it. That's awesome if that's what you're doing. However, I think it's contradictory to mock another individual who has mental health, who's talked about having mental health on a live stream in the manner that it was done. Maybe to educate and talk about what you didn't agree with or how yours maybe manifests differently than his. I could see that being educational, but flat out laughing and mocking about it, I don't believe was any way insightful for anyone. In fact, I think it could potentially be more harmful because anybody who's manifest like Sloan's, who may be a subscriber of his, see that happen, could think that their mental health is invalid because they're one of their favorite creators say so. I'm not saying that that's happened, but that's the other side of that coin with what happened with Sloan that needs to be talked about. And him having mental health, it shouldn't be a part of him going after somebody else who has mental health. If he edited it or not, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. And if he's going to do a reaction of it, again, there's a lot better ways to do it to be educational rather than saying this is fake because I have this. That's not everybody's mental health manifests the same way. Anybody who has mental health knows that. No one should feel bad for his current situations or his current behaviors. He's a grown man. He is making these choices on his own. He's making this content on his own. He's going after people on his own with his mods. It is nobody's responsibility other than his own. A lot of people felt bad for Sloan and how that happened, and rightfully so. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I agree. He's going to continue to play the victim as long as people are going to believe it, which is true. And I am washing my hands of it. This is the last time I'm talking about it. This is the last time I'm giving anybody the opportunity to ask me questions about it. Any live streams I do from now on, if somebody asks about him or this situation, I'm going to respectfully tell them I am no longer discussing it and refer them to all of these previous encounters. Yes, he does have a separate channel for lives. I do have a Twitter. It's Amanda Pants Does Life, I think. I think that's what my Twitter handle is. Yeah, if it's not public, it doesn't matter because people aren't, unless they have the exact link, they're not going to be able to watch those lives. I mean, Craft Happy Teaming, what happened was Britt and I did a collab explaining both of our experiences, and apparently today he's gone on his own channel, which he has the right to do, and continue to kind of push a narrative that we're lying just because we gave our opinions and told our stories of what happened. It's okay. Anybody who's coming in now, this is your opportunity to ask any questions about BX or the situation with BX, because I'm not going to be addressing it at all moving forward. Thank you. The makeup I have on today is which palette was it? It was this one, the Huda Beauty Nude and Medium. Yeah, I have kind of seen that to be the evidence. Once this happened to me, I since went back and looked for other creators who had been mentioned to me that similar things have happened to, and you were one of them. And I did watch your videos in relation, and I was like, if only I had seen this sooner, I would maybe have been a little bit more skeptical. I think what's happened, and this is my opinion, is he has obviously been doing this for a while. And I think what happened was he found a creator who had a fan base, and I don't want to call him a fan base, but had people who were critical of her. Katie Joy. She already had a lot of people critical of her for very good reason. And when he caught on to her and he made his videos, people, myself included, don't look into people's past on what they previously have uploaded. They just watch what they're interested in and move forward and watch moving forward, right? I kind of think that's what happened. I think he gained traction whenever he talked about Katie, because he did have solid points, although none of his points were really new. And then he had his own personal situation with Katie that he was able to talk about. And I'm not invalidating his experience with her. And he was able to continue to talk about that and provide more information about that. And that in turn has allowed him to continue to talk about Katie, which is fine. It's his content. He can do that. I'm not shaming him for that. But he found a creator that people would support him for kind of being nasty to, which is ironic because he uses that song in a bully slaying way, but it's not. If you really take a step back and you listen to it, he's not being a bully slayer. He's stating evidence other people have already stated, and he's running with it. And he's calling himself a bully slayer. And I want to correct that because I'm not entirely sure if he tokened himself that or if he was given that name and has since ran with it. Not that I'm saying anything against, I'm not even going to mention who I think that came from because that person has nothing to do with this and does not need to be brought into this shit because no one else needs to. A lot of people are saying now that they followed him because of KJ, and that's fine. And he won't stop talking. Yeah, it's kind of been kind of proven that once you get on Katie, myself included, she's hard to get off of. Almost every live stream I do ends up talking about Katie because she continues to do problematic behavior. I just want, like, he's kind of starting to portray the same thing. So if he doesn't want to be scrutinized like he's scrutinizing Katie, you know, he might want to think about how he's deleting stuff. He was given that name from, yeah, I know. Yeah, and you know, that's conjecture. I don't want anybody to like take that and run with it for it being face value, but that's kind of like taking a step back. That's really where he started to gain his subscriber base, I believe. That apparently that was something that was said, was that I was jealous of his viewers. That could not be further from the truth. Anybody who watches my channel or has known about me or had any interaction with me, you know that's not my goal on here. I would much rather prefer having the small fan base that I have now, or subscribers, whatever you want to call yourself, because I'm able to interact with you guys on a very one-on-one basis in all of my lives. I like having this engagement and this connectivity to you guys. If I happen to continue to grow subscribers, that's fine. I will figure out a way to work around that. But I don't want to lose sight of this. Once you get to a certain point, it is near impossible to be able to have the relationship that I have with my subscribers and that I know Britt has with her subscribers and Little Red has with hers, because you can see that in how we interact with you guys in our chats. I don't care that he has more subscribers than me. He can continue to have more subscribers than me. I am not jealous. I do not do this for a living. I have a real job outside of YouTube. Not that YouTube isn't a real job, but I have a legitimate 9-to-5. I have a partner who works full-time. This is not something to gain money. If I wanted to just do this for money, I would do what he does, and I would get memberships. I would get a Patreon. I would get all of these things that you have to pay for, and I would push for you guys to pay for them. I would push for you guys to super chat me. I would push for you guys to join my membership every 5 seconds in my chat. I don't have any of that because I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to build this massive subscriber base. It's just asinine, some of the things that he is twisting to some people. And some people don't know me and they haven't seen my channel, so they don't know that. He'll condemn anybody who it slightly starts to crack apart at his narrative that he's put out there. That's been very evident. The fact that he wants to continue turn it into we're liars because we decided to give our experience about something, make that make sense to me, honestly. And I have had a couple of comments on my video, and I have been respectful in asking them, explain to me where I was the bully. Explain to me how I was nasty. The fact that they can't come back and answer me on that tells me that they don't have a reason, that they are just listening to what he's saying. And because he's saying that I'm a nasty person and that I'm mean and I'm bullying him, they just believe him and take it at face value and are going and leaving a nasty comment, which is fine. They have that right. I don't necessarily think it's in a creator's best interest to encourage people to go leave hate on other people's channels. But if that's his prerogative, do it. But let people know you're doing it. Stop deleting the stuff where you are showing your true colors, because it doesn't look good for you. People are now aware of that. And I don't know if that's because Britt and I have decided to sit down and be women and stand up for ourselves and stand up for what actually happened so that other creators don't get put in this situation. I will do that. And I will do it again. And I am not going to take down my video. I am not going to regret this ever. For everybody who has been supportive of me, both here and off screen, I could not tell you how much I appreciate that. Some of you really know the struggles I had with doing this video, with putting it out there, and even with following through with this live. It was really hard because I know I'm putting myself out there. I know I am running the risk of just fueling him to use this. And I will almost guarantee it that he's going to. And if he does, he does. He has that right. Thank you, Alice, for your support. And for anybody else who I've missed who stated that you are a recent subscriber of mine, I appreciate all of you. Most of my lives are a lot more interactive than what this one has been. This is also a lot more people than I'm used to. For people like Little Red, who has like hundreds of people in your chat, I don't know how you guys monitor and keep up with everybody to the ability that you guys do. You and Dottie are awesome, and how you guys can keep up with that. I kind of have been feeling just not overwhelmed in a bad way, but like, I just want everybody to feel like what you have to say is valid. Even if it's against me, it's valid, because I'm not a POS like him. I'm not trying to make you guys think a certain way. Yes, I don't know if you want me to say your name. That's why I'm been very vague when I'm answering your comments. I understand where you're at, and that is kind of why I have decided to just push this through. I don't want to have to continue to address this, because if I do, I will be making a video like every day, because you know he's going to take this and use it against us, and he's going to twist it to even make it more of his narrative that we got pushed into doing this. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate all of the support, you guys. I never thought I would get support. I never thought my channel would be where it's at. And I sure as shit never thought I would get attacked or start getting bullied at 1,000 subscribers. And I know some of the other people he's targeted only had very few, like very small channels, like way smaller than mine at the time. That's just deplorable. And if the ones of you who have, I know some of you are in my chat, if you want me to promote your videos so people can maybe have other, I don't want to say the wrong words while I'm doing this. For people who have had other bad experiences, if you want me to say your YouTube names, please tell me yes, and I will, because you guys deserve to have your voices heard as well. For anybody who disagrees with that, I'm sorry, but people need to be able to see the big picture. That was why Britt and I made these videos. And if they're here and they want me to promote them, I will. Austin Rogers, okay, he said yes. He had a traumatic experience as well. Yeah, Turin. You know, they go watch his channel, his videos, and hear his perspective and what happened to him. He's not the only one. There are a couple of others, but again, I'm not going to draw their attention to them unless they want the attention to be brought. But I'm not the first person he's done this to on this platform. There have been others. And it goes to show that this facade he's been allowing us to believe is not legitimate. Yeah, Alice, a lot of people are saying that. Jen, I'm not saying that he goes around and tries to take people down all the time. I'm saying that how he treated me is not the first time he's treated other people like that. He has done this to other creators. Other creators have made videos, and although when these videos are said, BX does address them, but just like in my situation, he twists the narrative to make his subscribers think that things happened in a different way than what they actually did. And what he has done in particular to one person who's in my chat, it's not my story to tell, but I can promise you, all of you guys, if you knew about it, would be shocked, because I was. And I was trying my best not to even read it because I didn't want to come into this really mad. But I needed to know for myself, because somebody wanted to entrust me with that. I felt that they deserved me reading it, and I did. And it's sad, and I can't believe it. And, I think what happened to me was way wrong and way out of place. What some of these other individuals have experienced is 20 times worse than the situation with me. Let me put it that way. So if you think my situation, what he's done to me, is wrong, what he has done to these other individuals is even worse. Okay, so Zales, who's been in the comment section, he just told me I can share what's happened to him. He's the one I've been referring to. He has his own channel. I would advise you to go watch his 2 videos of his experience. He has provided me screenshot evidence of our lovely bully slayer flat out threatening his life, his children's lives, and his girlfriend's life. So if you guys want to continue to come at me, people who are coming at me, think of that next time. A bully slayer would never threaten the life of anyone, especially a child or somebody innocent, not involved, a significant other. You are a piece of trash. I will say that. I have allowed those comments in my comment section because knowing that information, you are trash. You are not a bully slayer. And this, I knew I was going to end up getting mad talking about it because it's so disgusting and deplorable behavior. There are screenshots of this. Of course, it's not mine to show. Zales can show that on his channel if he wants. But both Britt and I have received these screenshots. They are not doctored. It is disgusting. So for the 75 of you in here, you now have information that all of his fans who blindly support him, who can't see through the bullshit he is providing, there you go. And Zales has been the nastiest story so far that I have been given the privilege of knowing. I have had countless more people reach out to me. He's not the only one. I am not the only one. Britt is not the only one. Sloan is not the only one. Fucking Katie Joy isn't even the only one. This has been an ongoing behavior, and he has deleted and hidden this disgusting behavior of his. Can one of my mods go pull Zale's channel and put it in here, Little Red or Britt? Can one of you guys pop out and get his channel so people can see? Thank you. Thank you so much, Britt. I don't want people to commend me for standing up for what's right. Because nobody should have to do this. And yeah. I mean, it's just disgusting. And there's more to his scenario, and I know he's given me the ability to tell it. I don't want to take that from him. He has his own channel. You guys, please, if you're interested in knowing anything, go watch his channel. Go view what his opinion is, what his experiences were. Just like I want people to watch mine to be able to gain their own opinion, watch his so you can get what he experienced. Watch Austin's so you can get what he experienced. Go watch Vic's. For once, I'm finally going to do it. Go watch Vic's video. Ignore the first bit if you want, because that's where the issue is. He's made 2 videos now. Go watch his videos. Just because a creator, which let me just say this really quick, since I've already probably stabbed myself in the foot. Why the hell would somebody who is so quick to get on and call myself and Britt a liar will not be quick to get on to defend his own ass when somebody is accusing him of stuff? That is shady as shit. Tell me that's not. Somebody please explain to me how that makes sense to anybody. He wants to consistently sit here and say that he's the bully. Sorry, my throat's drying up. That he's the bully slayer and he's going to call out bullies and this, that, and the other. Well, then if what this Vic guy said in his video is a flat out lie, why are you not defending yourself when a female is coming at you or explaining their experiences and not even giving you any criticism? You want to call me a freaking liar? Make that make sense to me, because it doesn't. And I don't think it does to anybody who can take a step back and actually watch your shitty behavior. Allegedly, he's going after Dad Challenge podcast. Why is he trying to tear apart this community? We have all done everything we can to like band together, to be friends, to like make this community a good community. This new commentary channels that we're starting to finally make a rise in doing well for one another and like having good relationships and kind of using each other and like linking each other and being positive towards one another. Why is it that he wants to tear that apart? But yet we are the ones who are jealous. We are the ones who are money hungry. Somebody please tell me one time I have ever pushed the fact that I want to be big on YouTube or I want to make money on YouTube. Because I promise you, it's not there. Hey, Sloan, how are you? Oh, did you? My phone is right here, and I can tell you I'm not going to dox myself, because if I show you my screen, I will. My phone has never gone off the amount it has since I loaded this video. And that's with people supporting me. That's with people providing me their experiences. That's with all of these people who are afraid, legitimately afraid to tell their story because of his nasty behavior, because he will twist it against you. He twists it against the person who's the real victim and goes and cries victim. You are not a victim in this, my guy. You're not. You are not a victim. I am calling you out for your nasty behavior. What you do to Katie Joy. Do you want me to start making my content about you like you do about her, constantly calling out every shady thing you do? If I need to start watching you to the amount that you watch Katie so you can maybe feel what it feels like to be us on the other side, That's crappy. Nobody should feel like they have to be watched or somebody has to be monitored to get the slightest bit of dirt on them. Other than you calling me a liar and twisting everything around, tell me how I'm a bad person. Because even if you look at my channel, even if you look at my commentary videos, I am not mean to a damn person. This live is the first time I have ever been mean, and that is because you freaking deserve it, in my opinion. And you can take that out and you can clip it however you want, because frankly, I don't give a fuck. And yes, I'm gonna cuss because my demographic, just like your demographic and your analytics show you who watch your channel, I only have adults on my channel. I think cussing is fine. Sorry, I need to take a break and I need to catch up with. I've totally ignored all of you guys for the last few minutes. And I'm sorry. I knew I was going to end up getting to this point if certain things were said. Oh. Oh, Little Red, he's probably here. He can't comment because after what he did to me last time, I blocked him. So he can't comment on my channel, and neither can his little mods. So if you want to say that that's shady of me to do, fine. He did it to Britt when Britt had nothing to do with it. He's done it to me. He immediately blocked me on Twitter. So if he's here trying to defend himself, sucks for you, doesn't it? Because you did the same to us. You silenced us. So sorry, not sorry. Go make another video about it. No, Jay, you're right. He never watched my video. And all of the people who are commenting because he's sending them to comment, it's very evident they didn't actually watch the video, which when I read their comments, I kind of giggle because I'm like, you didn't watch the video. And you definitely didn't watch it all the way through, because consistently in that video, I said I was not invalidating him or his experiences. It was my experience. And you can't invalidate my experience. I'm sorry he did that to you, Austin. He wanted your YouTube banned? For what reason? I don't know enough about Discord to know what it really is. I just have been given screenshots of him planning to come into my live, and then there was some screenshots. I believe there were screenshots. I might be misspeaking here, but there was evidence that he was planning attack against Sloan. And that's when Little Red was live, and I go into her chats. I wasn't going in with any kind of plan. I went into her live and it was being talked about, and she offered me the ability to get on speaker and tell my story. And I did. And then I felt I needed to tell the story to my own subscribers. If I was willing to get on another person's platform, I didn't want Little Red to become a bystander in all of this because she allowed me to speak. So I wanted to make my own video, and I was talking to Britt about it. And that's when we started discussing, how about we collab and both tell our own experiences? And that's what has happened. Sloan had no idea. Yeah, Sloan, I know we've talked about that, how it shouldn't have even mattered, even if you had edited it, even if you had done your eyebrows. Like, it doesn't, Those things are mute. They shouldn't even be an issue, because despite whether you did all those things, they're okay. So if we're going to talk about the breakdown, let's say you go to work, anybody, let's say a female, because most women will put makeup on to go to work. I know I do. I put a full face of makeup on and I go to work and I get some devastating news and it puts me in a downward spiral and I start crying. What is the difference between having that happen and if you were doing a vlog and just like filming your daily life and you happen to have a breakdown? How can that be held against you because you look good? Discord is a gaming server. Okay. He tried to game shame Vic. Where did he do that at? And why does their sexual orientation have anything to do with them as a person? I don't understand how people think that that's okay. Everything is just super, super hypocritical. Sloan always looks good. I mean, he could probably stand in black, in like a black room, and he would still look fantastic. He's a good looking kid. I don't get it. I don't get it. And you know, he hides it so well. He manipulates his audience so well. It doesn't matter if he reached out to you or not, Sloan. You are busy. You work a normal job. There's been times that I've reached out to Sloan and he hasn't responded. And I'm not offended and I'm not airing out like, oh, he didn't respond to me, even though I checked on him. Who cares? If he's in a bad place, I don't want him. I'm just going to say this, and since I've already started, if I reach out to Sloan, which I have multiple times whenever he has posted either on Twitter or Instagram, or he's posted a video where he maybe seems a little bit down, I have reached out to him and said, hey, I hope you're okay. I am not doing that hoping he responds to me at all. I'm doing that to let him know he is supported. And if he feels comfortable and wants somebody to talk to, I am there for him. That is what you do for people who are struggling with mental health. You do not reach out to them and expect them to talk to a stranger they do not know what they are actually struggling with. It's just the sentiment. So if it's not returned, that should not be held against Sloan at all. If I had any stranger, like when this happened to me, when he and his mods did that in my live, I had a lot of you come into my DMs and ask me, both creators and non-creators, if I was okay. And if I hadn't talked to you before, I was very, 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 very vague with talking because I didn't know if you were sent. I didn't know if you were somebody I could trust. So the only people who knew how I really, really felt at that time were people I had previously talked to. Because as people and people who have experienced traumas, we're not going to just be vulnerable with everybody. We have guards. Everybody has guards put up. Absolutely, Sloan. And there's a lot of people who will disconnect from their cell phones whenever they are struggling with mental health because they can see something not even related to them and it trigger them. And with being on social media and having people have the ability to contact you whenever they want is only asking to maybe further yourself into whatever you're struggling with at that time. I understand that. And I don't struggle with serious mental health. Do I have mental health? Yes, I do. And I've talked about my mental health on here. So Zales is also providing some other information of what happened to him was that he threatened to rape his fiance and to cut his children's faces. I mean, that's just disgusting behavior. Why would you ever say that? I'm so sorry that happened to you and your family. All because he stopped watching a stream is why he did that. Because he was pitting Zales as being the butt of his jokes in the stream. So he stopped watching, and BX Beast Boys retaliation to no longer being a supporter of his was to threaten him, his family, and his children. Nice to know that's his maturity level. YouTube is shady and hard to find good friends. I definitely agree with that sentiment. I think it is maybe portrayed as something it's not because we see people with millions and millions of subscribers being friends with one another. But if we really think about it, how many look at the beauty community. That's the one I've watched the longest, so that's the one I can relate to in providing this example. There's a lot of large beauty community, like people who are on the high top levels who are friends with one another. But then look at all the drama channels who are said that they are being fed receipts from this one about that one, all the Dramageddons. Friendships fall apart. But I think them being friends has given smaller creators the illusion that everybody's here to make friends. I'm happy with making friends on this platform because to me, this isn't a business deal. To me, this is just something I'm trying to do for fun, to build a little community, to have people to chat with, to talk about things, to give my opinions on. But I can see where people who are coming on here with the sole intent of making this a career, not caring who they hurt or step on along the way. I agree with you, Dark Lily. I think everybody struggles with some kind of mental health or another. Does that mean that they're all comparable? No, it doesn't. Oh man, I lost my. Yeah, it can definitely make you second guess everybody's intentions. Once this happens to you, like you have people who kind of come at you, it can make you paranoid in the sense of not trusting people. I'm not paranoid like conjuring stuff up and, assuming things are happening that aren't happening and stuff. I'm not paranoid to that extent. I'm not paranoid that people know where I live or anything like that. But I can understand why larger platform creators get to that point. I'm sorry you lost 2 YouTube friends, Sloan. It's hard to be able to see through and honestly, it is hard to see who is being genuine and who genuinely would be open to having a friendship with you both on and off screen. it's hard to tell. You have to vet people to some degree. Britt and I both have been open about how we communicate offline quite often, if not daily. And it took us, like a month and a half to really get to that point. Like, we were talking to each other regularly, but I genuinely feel comfortable in saying Britt is a legitimate friend of mine. I care for her deeply, which is a lot of why I go to her for advice and asking her, does that mean that her advice is the sole, you said yes, so it's yes? No, because usually I'm on the fence and I just need reassurance. That's what friends are for, right? I think a lot of people are disappointed in the fact that he has portrayed himself to be this bully slayer, but is becoming evident that he is not. And the more people who are feeling comfortable coming out and telling their stories, I'm here for you. If you're just watching and you don't know, obviously I have allowed my situation to be public, but I am here for anybody who needs support. I'm not trying to say, like, don't say it didn't like, say things that didn't happen. If stuff happened to you, you deserve to have support from somebody. Zales didn't even have 60 subscribers when he did this. Yeah, Sloan said, I'm honestly praying for BX and YouTuber headlines. Something is really wrong here. I hope they learn from this, and I'm always loan for forgiveness. It was just very unexpected, and I feel betrayed. I don't think anybody has really tried to invalidate you and your feelings other than maybe the two creators mentioned in your comment. And I'm with you as well. Like, I only wish them the best, even though I have called out BX and I have stated my opinions in this live. I still wish him well. At this point, it is what it is. Like, they have gone to the links that they have wanted to go to. We can only say so much and allow everybody to have their own platform and allow everybody to give their own experiences. There is nothing wrong with allowing people to express their experiences, whether it be in your favor or against your favor. I think I lost where I was at. Sorry if I skipped anybody's comment that you wanted me to see. Yeah, I understand what you mean, the beauty demon. I think a lot of people are kind of in that boat right now. From what I've seen in my comment section, that's what a lot of people are saying. Oh my gosh. I keep skipping a whole bunch of comments on accident. Okay. Austin has provided his Twitter. If you're interested in the server that they have, you can see his app there and go DM him and see what that's about. You meant open. Okay. I was like, what does that what is he trying to say? I thought you were using some fancy word I didn't know. But that's okay. I think I've finally caught up in the chat, but I know I missed a few people here and there when my scroller skipped over. Was there any questions that anybody had that I didn't answer? As I said, this will probably be the last time I talk about him, unless I absolutely have to. I am going to be here and supportive of anyone who wants to tell their story. So I don't want those people to feel like I'm not going to speak out for you. I will. If you let me know, I'll be in your comment sections and stuff like that, providing you support. But I'm probably not going to bring this to my channel again unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, Sherry has a good point. Her heart goes out to everybody who's been hurt. I agree with that sentiment. Yeah, Zales, you can't. I don't know if you can. I think it has to be a mod. Here, I added you as a mod so you can post whatever you want. So Veronica says, I will admit openly, I can no longer support BX. He has treated my loyal friends who I love in awful ways and treated those I admire but don't know personally terribly. Mysterious T has some questions about the heavy accusations. There are screenshots of the accusations. I've seen them. I don't know Mysterious T to share the proof. If Zales wants to share the proof with them, that he can. It's up to him. That's not something for me to share for him. All right. You got it posted. I'm going to unmod now. So if you need to post anything else, let me know and I'll give you the mod back, the wrench back. I mean, Mysterious can make up their own mind. They have a lot of the information that we've provided at their fingertips, just like you guys do. If they want to look at all of that, they can. Zales, don't get upset about Mysterious T just yet. I think they're kind of just trying to figure it out for themselves, which is fine. Everybody has that right. The link went to an error. Has anybody else tried to open the link and had any other issues? Okay, so it works for everybody else. As I've said from the beginning, people can still support Mysterious T, can support BX, can support me, can support anybody. Everybody can support whoever they want. Throughout none of this have I tried to convince people to not support anyone. Mysterious T has access to everything else you guys have access to. So they can watch the videos that they want and they can come up with their own opinion, just like what the videos were intended for to begin with. Okay, so the link's working for other people. I don't know, Vicky, if something just, was it Vicky who was having an issue? If something just happened where you got an error, if it's something on your, hey, just chat, thank you. All right, I'm gonna be cutting this in about 9 minutes. I have some stuff I have to do today, or tonight rather, and I told my husband I would be on here only for an hour and a half at max. So I am gonna have to go in like 9 minutes. If anybody has any questions that I haven't answered, or if you're just entering, feel free to leave them. And I will be leaving this up as I've feel it's necessary to explain now. Sometimes it takes a while for it to process and load. So if it's not there immediately, I'm not deleting it. I don't know if it's a software issue on my end or what it is, but sometimes it takes a minute for it to load or a day. I don't know why. But if anybody has any questions after the fact, feel free to leave it in the comments. With some of the things we discussed, I'm sure once this is posted, there will be some critical comments. Just don't engage with anything too negatively. Like, let's not stoop to their level. I kind of did a little bit in this video, and I knew that if certain things were talked about, I would get heated, which is why I mentioned that in the beginning of the video. It is what it is. I'm fine. Like I have stated multiple times, if I'm the one who's targeted, but I'm not going to allow others to continue to be targeted throughout all of this. So it's fine. If more videos are made about me, that's fine. You guys don't need to tell me. I am not going to watch any more of his videos. I can't continue to hear things being twisted and lied about on myself when I know they're not true. It's just going to make my time on YouTube toxic, and that's not what I'm looking for. This video was simply to follow through and give you guys the chance to ask any questions that you had. There were a few questions. There was a lot of talking and opinions throughout this whole thing, and other people providing their experiences. I am not going to allow anybody to invalidate anyone else's experiences, so I will be deleting comments. So if that wants to be held against me, that's fine, but I'm not going to let other people attack anyone else. If they want to attack me, that's fine. I'm allowing myself to be the one to be attacked, but I am not going to have anyone else be attacked. I know you're not afraid, but it's not anybody else's place to like take any heat. It's okay, Rebecca. Little Red, I know you guys aren't going to allow people to attack me, but we all know, as well as anybody else, that some of the things that were said and talked about both in chat and through me on this live is going to be twisted and is going to be used against us. So just be prepared. That is probably going to happen. Don't fight back. And I'm not going to go on a little Discord and tell you otherwise because I don't have a Discord. And yes, that was shade. Zales, if you want to continue streaming so people can kind of hear your perspective and hear you guys chat, I will let people know that that's what's happening. I have an obligation that I have to do with my husband. That has to be done by the morning, so I have to go and help him with that. I will, if you are going to, I will listen to it, and if I need to comment, I will, to be there for you guys. You can't get docs from Discord, only Skype. I don't know how any of that stuff works. I barely know how my YouTube channel works. Okay, so anybody who's interested in hearing Zales and Crystal, which is, I believe you guys are engaged, right? Didn't you guys just tell me you were engaged, or did you just get married? Either way, sorry, I can't remember. I have a bad memory. They are going to continue the stream from here. So, okay, you are engaged. Thank you. I was like, I know you told me it was one or the other. Are you going to do that on Discord or on YouTube? That way, anybody who wants to hear it from them, have questions for them, anything like that, if you're new to hearing their stories, you can go and listen and have open minds. It's going to be on YouTube. So you can go to his channel and let him tell his story. I've only provided bits and pieces throughout this as he's allowed me to. He has provided proof to myself. Maybe he will be providing that on his channel. I'm not sure how he does his lives. But if you're interested in knowing more, or you want to hear another person who feels that they have been bullied, you can go and watch his live. Yeah, Mysterious, we know you're supportive of everybody. That's why I said that they needed to take a step back and let you be able to make up your own opinion. And I'm not going to hold it against anybody, whatever their decisions are. I'm simply telling my experience and how things happen to me. And I was talking in this video that I don't appreciate how I have been invalidated and my story has been twisted to be a lie when there is factual evidence in all of my videos made at this point that show a lot of what was being accused of me is not true. All right, guys. So with that being said, Zales, I will be listening. I probably won't comment unless you ask for my specific opinion. So if you need me or anything, just say something that I would know that. But I am going to get off of here. I promised I would help my husband with something, so I have to go do that. I appreciate everybody who's been here tonight, everybody who's been supportive, everyone who's provided any questions. anything that has allowed this to happen. Again, I am not intending on ever talking about this situation in relation to me or me addressing BX Beast Boy in this manner again. This is kind of it for me. So I don't know what drive he shared. I have the proof in an email, and I'm sure if Zales is comfortable, they'll provide it to you. That's all I can say. I'm not forwarding that information to anybody that I don't have a relationship with or that Zales doesn't tell me I can forward it to. So with that being said, I hope you guys all have a good evening, night, or day, wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.